get into this review. Alright, so as per normal, we'll start at the garbage and we'll go to the good stuff at the top. So hopefully it leads to something good. Alright, so our first card we have got Token Wham. Wham? Okay. Tribute 2 or more tokens with the same level, then target 2 monsters in the graveyard with the same level up to the number of tokens tributed. Special summon those targets. The effects are negated and destroy them during the end phase. Right. Like, I don't see a purpose for this at all. But we don't even have like many token generating things, do we? And this is meant to be used for something in this like box. We got like no token generating stuff. Especially considering it has to be the same level. Easy scapegoat skill abuse. Ah, for the skill scapegoat. True. Breeding machine support. Alright, I'll move on. I think this one's like, yeah. The only actual decent suggestion there was when it combos with that one Joey skill we got given. Alright, Griffin Wing. When your opponent activates Harpy's Feather Duster, negate its effect, and if you do, destroy or spell trap cards your opponent controls. When your opponent activates Harpy's Feather Duster. Do we even have Harpy's Feather Duster? Isn't it like, isn't it a skill to get Harpy's Feather Duster? I don't see it in here. It's a skill. Ah, yes. So not only is this card only usable when your opponent has Harpy's Feather Duster, but it's only usable when they have the skill that gives them Harpy's Feather Duster. Great card, brilliant card. I'm going to stick this in every single one of my decks from now on. Have to counter the strong Harpy meta that's going around right now with these Harpy Feather Dusters. They're too insane. Pegasus nerfed. Isn't it only like an RNG skill too? Isn't it on like Pegasus's creator skill or something? It's like you only get a chance to get the Feather Dust. It's like a 1 in 5 or something. Can't wait. Alright, Anti-Raigeki. Oh, please don't. When your opponent activates Raigeki, all of your opponent's monsters are destroyed in its place. Okay, yep. Sicko, perfect. Another great card to take into my decks. I'll run both of them together. God damn, the creator skill is getting shit on today. Pegasus getting hard nerfed. I'm so excited. Let's go. Megalith Promotions. This is the first Megalith card. I have no idea what Megalith is, by the way. Never seen them in my life, so. You can target one level 4 or lower monster you control. Its level becomes double its original level until the end of the turn. Even if the card leaves the field, you can only use this effect Megalith once per turn. So we're probably never going to use this, because if we needed something to change levels, we would just use the skills, right? Unless, of course, Megaliths, for some reason, need their levels to be changed. I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to need this unless there's, like, until I go through the rest of the cards in the box to see if there's, like, some reason we need levels changed or something. Because otherwise you can just use skills to change levels, so. Alright, next. Obviously, of course, if they have, like, random ritual spells that, like, require a certain level to summon the monsters, then you might need that, but I don't think you will. Mathmech Billion Blade Naruto. Equip only to a Cyburst type monster. Great, more Cyburst support, even though it's a Link stuff, but okay. If the creature monster battles an opponent's monster, during damage calculation you can send one Mathmech monster from your deck to the graveyard. And equip the monster gains attack... What did I just say? The equipped monster gains attack equal to the sent monster attack until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. If this card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target one Mathmech card in your graveyard except Mathmech, and it is added to your hand. You can only use the effect on Mathmech once per turn. Right. If there's some reason to have Mathmechs in the grave, that could be pretty pog. But I don't know. I haven't seen Mathmechs either, so I don't know what their archetype's like. But generally, sending cards from deck to grave is a good effect. There's a reason Neos Fusion gets stuffed into everything. So, because we'll go through the rest of the box and we'll see. But literally, this card you won't use it unless, of course, you need that, or for some reason, like your Mathmechs can search for specific equip spells, and you might just run this as a one-off, but unless there's those specific things, you would never use it. You wouldn't use this on its own, unless it happens to be an extremely searchable card that just comes whenever you summon a Mathmech, or if you happen to need Mathmechs in the grave, there's no reason to use this ever. Alright, Mathematic Equation. Target one Mathemech monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And if you do, it gains 1000 attacks at the end of the turn. Okay, well, here's the little combo you've got here, boys. You can resurrect your Mathmech with your equation. Very slow still, considering it's not a quick play or something. So, yeah, I get it's the same as this card. I can't really rate till we've gone through the other stuff to see if it's like worth sending cards to the grave or not. Leotron. Wow, a level 4 Cyberse monster, 2000 attack. A territorial electronic monster that guards its own domain. Wow. What a good boy. Bitron. A new species found in electronic space. There's not much information on it. Right. Brilliant. 2000 defense. Oh my god, it's unstoppable. Unexpected dice, Cyberse beatdown. Oh, PogChamp. Right, well, that's I don't know what to say about it. Let's move on from this one. Literal Bitcoin in card form. Oh my god, what is this? These card arts, dude. Key Mage number 2. What, they thought the first one was good enough they made a second? Why? This friend. Oh, I said friend. This fiend brings out the worst in everyone. I guess. Whatever. Get out of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Rock Ogre Grotto number 2. Oh, again. God, I can't wait till we find Rock Ogre Grotto number 1. A golem formed by boulders. This monster turns its enemies to stone and crushes them to dust. Ah. Charming. Bitron cute. What about this fella, huh? Where's the love for my boy Rock Ogre Grotto, huh? Alright. Prevent Rat. This creature is shielded with tough hide of hair. Ugh. And it's excellent at defending itself. 2000 defense. Wow. A thick hide of hair. It's like a fucking... It looks like a rat that's like been run over by a car. It looks like a roadkill. Just looks flat. I don't feel particularly threatened by this thing. Okay. Helios Giro Megustus. This card can special summon by attributing 1 Helios, the primordial sun, on your side of the field. The attack and defense of this card become the number of monsters that are removed from play times 200. Oh, does that mean this is whatever it's called support? Stupid Strongberg support? Is that what this is? If this card destroys a result of battle and sent to the graveyard, this card will be special summoned during the end phase, increasing its attack and defense by 300. Okay. Boss monster for Go on Castle of Stromberg? It doesn't work with face downs? Aw, man. Come on. What's even the point? Oh, a number of monsters that are removed. You can't even tell they're monsters. Okay. Makes sense. We'll move on. Alright. Oh, so this is the card you need to tribute then, right? This card's attack and defense are equal to the number of removed from play monsters times 100. Oh, so it's just an upgrade. Upgrade to the boss monster. Okay, well, you're never gonna play this shit, but there you go. Good little meme deck for you that I don't even know how you're ever gonna make work. You have to banish so many goddamn cards. You have to have, like, what, 10 cards removed just to make it, what, 2000? Jesus. That's a... Yeah, this ain't ever gonna work. Alright. Our first Dragunity card. Dragunity Pilum. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 winged beast dragon type monster from your hand, then equip with this card. When this card is equipped to a monster, that monster can attack your opponent directly. Okay. When you do battle damage, inflict to your opponent. Oh, it's halved. Oh. Well, I got excited there for a second. I thought maybe they'll just help them OTK, but yeah, nah. I don't think, like, Dragunity currently is already, like, really stacked in terms of just getting out their boss monsters. They don't particularly need, like, any more tuners or something. They need something that has, like, a new effect that would actually help the deck. And I don't think attacking directly with the damage halved is particularly useful to them. Like, I feel like they'd prefer to just remove your opponent's stuff than just swing like they normally do already. If this face-up card is destroyed while it's on the monster zone, you can equip it to one face-up winged beast monster you control instead of sending it to the graveyard. Ah, so useless. Nice. Okay, next. Megalith Emergence. You can target one Megalith monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but place it on the bottom of your deck. Okay, you can only use the effect of Megalith once per turn. Okay, well, revive effects like this aren't all that useful normally. It's a super slow kind of revive effect. Unless there's like some particular reason that you can just send your boss monster straight to the graveyard and then the next turn you use this to summon it. Otherwise you're just never going to use this kind of shit. It's just way too slow. We already have like revive traps in the game anyway, so it's only going to be targeting the ones that are like big. We don't care too much about revive stuff, unless the deck is all about reviving for some reason, so I don't think we'll use this. Alright, Defcon Bird. Great. A Deaf Bird, huh? Oh, it's a Cyberburst monster. That's a machine or something? Okay. You can discard one of the Cyberburst monsters special summon this card from your hand. You can use the effect of Defcon Bird once per turn. Once per turn, when your Cyberburst monster is targeted for an attack, you can make its attack and defense double its original attack and defense. You can change it to defense position. This attack and change lasts till the end of the damage step. I mean, wouldn't they just attack this monster first? Not really sure about this one, boys. I haven't seen the rest of the Cyberburst cards, but I don't remember one having like a taunt effect or like a force to attack it over other ones. So like this card, they're just swing at this one first. Other than like the extra deck plays and stuff, because obviously it can be special summoned. It is just a special summonable card, so if you ignore its effect entirely, and we just pretend its effect doesn't exist, it is special summonable. So if for some reason you want a level 3 special summonable Cyberburst or a discard, maybe you'll use this. And you take these as a graveyard setup, I guess. It just has a random discard. I don't know. I don't think you're gonna. I still don't. Until we go to the other cards, I don't think like there's anything useful out of this. I don't know. Seems pretty average. Duel Assessment Worm. Assessum Worm. I don't know how to say it. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can manage 2 other Cyberburst type monsters from your hand or face up from your field. Special summon this card, but its attack becomes halved. You can use this face to just once per turn. Once per turn, you banish one other card from your hand, banish a monster on the field with attack less than equal to this card's. So I guess this is kind of cool. Its effect is it's like super weak effect though, since it has to be halved. Like banishing monsters that have got 1400 attack is extremely irrelevant. So yeah, obviously this card has to come out as like a normal summon or a special summon without using its own effect, which is kind of bad. There's like an easy way to special summon Cyberburst monsters. I guess you might want to use this for something. I'm pretty sure Cyberburst already have like a removal monster. Wasn't their last Ultra a removal monster anyway? And that wasn't enough to make the deck useful, so I don't think this particularly would either. Chalice can make a 2800 attack again. Won't Chalice reduce it a bit? Or buff it a bit? Actually, Chalice will buff it too, right? It would negate it and give it a little buff. Make it real big. True, true. Seems like Chalice, also the quick play spell that banishes and returns. That does it as well. Now, well, the card effect isn't terrible. It's not. It just doesn't seem like this is what we're looking for to make Cyberburst meta. That's basically what I'm taking from it so far. Foxfire. During the end phase, if this card was destroyed by battles into the graveyard this turn and was face up at the start of the damage step, special summon this card from the graveyard. This face up card cannot be attributed for a tribute summon. It's very specific in terms of like, unless you for some reason want a fire level 2 pyro monster or something, you can never use this. Foxfire is useless but very cute. Alright, I can agree with that. Yeah, we're not going to use this. Plus, it obviously has to be destroyed by specifically battle, which also makes it really bad. Alright, as one apparition. If this card inflicts burn damage to your opponent's life points, you can turn one trap card from your graveyard to the top of your deck. What? Why would you ever use this? For what? Because that's solid garbage. Let's move on. Alright. Matazar the Zapper. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Control of this face-up card on the field cannot switch. Okay, so this card's going to be some like meme OTK thing. Not really sure like he fits into any particular deck or if he would just make their own deck around him, but I don't think he's like Again, he's nothing too excited, nothing to get too excited over, I don't think. He's just gonna be some cool little smack your opponent in the face kind of thing. It's a bit of like a hard OTK though, because you can't use Secret Pass the treasures with it, right? Secret Pass is below 1000 attack. So I'm not sure how you're going to make this OTK outside just like absurdly buffing it, because there's not really anything to let it just kind of swing directly that I can think of. UFO Turtle. When this card is destroyed a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster with 1500 less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. Okay, not bad. Not good. It's not... Okay. These kinds of effects aren't being used actively at all in Duel Links that I know of, but it's kind of cool to have it there as a search for like if there's... I don't know. Generally, it's good for if there's some like random fire monster you want to use for meme content. That's about it. This kind of effect is not very good, considering it has to be destroyed by specifically battle, so generally that makes it a bad card, but it's cool to have this kind of effect here. Like, I know when I did the Karate Man video, like, a couple of weeks ago, I used a bunch of monsters similar to this, that when they're destroyed by battle, they would keep summoning. So it's cool to have them for, like, those kind of meme decks, but the fact it has to be destroyed by specifically battle makes it basically unusable. For Shiranui, yeah. I feel like Shiranui just might be a little bit too stacked right now. You might not want to use this card, but you know, after the last ban list, you need to replace that one copy of your Ultra Rare somehow. Here it is. Here's your replacement, boy. Stick it in. Hear that, Shiranui players? Make sure to all run one copy of UFO Turtle as your replacement. I want to see it on ladder, alright? If I don't see a Shiranui player playing this, I'll be disappointed. Alright. Invitation to a Dark Sleep. When this monster is summoned, excluding special summon, select one of your opponent's monsters. As long as this card's face up on the field, the selected monster cannot attack. It's in level 5. Okay. Garbage? Why would you ever use this? You just use monsters with removal instead. Why would you use a monster that just stops it attacking? So, I mean, I guess you could use it as like a floodgate kind of thing. Like floodgate trap hole. You just use this card. Just like locks down your opponent's board with a monster they can't use anymore. Is that like the aim of it, I guess? Yeah, plus it's a level 5, you have to tribute summon it. It's like, you can't even special summon it. You have to tribute summon it because it doesn't let you do it via special summon. Dragunity Brandy Stock. When this card is equipped to a monster, that monster can attack twice during each battle phase, and it's a Dragunity card? Okay, a useful effect. Okay. We've got a useful Dragunity effect. This one makes them attack twice. This is probably why the equip spell was nerfed, right? Because the equip spell will be used to bring this thing out, equip it, and your opponent can attack. Your monster can attack twice. I'm not sure like they particularly need this, considering they already OTK by themselves, so they probably don't need more ways to OTK. But the effect isn't bad. It's just not a bad effect. Plus, as people have said, it doesn't equip itself or anything, so it's not like it's going to help you with your synchro summoning. So it's like something you would only run as a one-off to combo with your recently nerfed equip spell. So you probably just won't use it because you already OTK with them anyway. You don't need this card to OTK. You can do it anyway. Yeah, plus its level is also bad. That's another reason why it doesn't work well with its synchro summoning. It's just, yeah. Alright. Mathmech Subtraction. Cyburst. Oh my god. I really don't like these Cyburst cards because I feel like they're like a Link Arc type thing. It just really annoys me to see them. You can target one face-up monster on the field. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Cyburst monsters. Also special summon this card from your hand. Do we even have any extra deck Cybursts? I don't think we do yet. But it can attack this turn. If you do, the targeted monster loses 1000 until the end of this turn. So I guess you might use this as part of some like combo because it just happens to special summon itself. That's a useful type of effect. The 1000 debuff is useful, I guess, but you don't really care about that. You care about it being a special summonable level 4. I guess it's also worthy to note that it targets one face-up monster like on the field in general, not just your opponent. So you can target your own monster. So you can summon a monster, use this effect on your own monster to special summon it. It's not a bad effect though. I just think it's not going to be like... It's not like to get too excited over yet. And then we just wait till we get to the other Mathmechs to see if this is actually going to be useful. Like, if we for some reason really need another Mathmech on board, like, you happen to need to tribute Mathmechs for something, I guess you might use it. Alright. Megalith Portal. Okay, like the card art, so that's already a good start. Card art's good, looks like very Diablo feel. You can just summon this card with Megalith card. Oh, with a Megalith card, okay. You can discard this card, you can discard this card, Ritual Summon one Megalith Ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. Wait, this is a ritual spell and a monster? Is that what I'm reading here? The coolest part about this, right, that I see, right, we don't have Mr. Thousand Hands guy, the useful one, whatever he's called. We have, I think it's Manju. I think we just have Senju, right? So Senju can search for a ritual monster and a ritual spell because that's what it is. So it essentially becomes a Manju. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, I love ritual decks. Anyone that's seen my channel, they know like my favorite archetype for the longest time was Cyber Angel. So like this, I love ritual decks. This could be fun. This could be fun. Its effect outside of being a ritual spell though, just having surround attack and defense for each ritual in the grave. It's like it includes itself, right? So they'll just make this thing already like 2700 just by itself. If you just happen to use one other thing to summon it. Especially if you're using like using this as a ritual spell to summon like this card, you already have a Megalith in the grave. So it's not a strong ass effect, but it's a cool card. It's a cool card. I like it. Not really sure it's something to get too excited over, and like you don't see this card and go, holy shit, Megalith will be meta, but it's like you could use a Megalith and it wouldn't be bad. Alright. Megalith Och. God damn, these card arts are sick too. You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card. If this card is ritual summoned, you can draw one card, then discard one card. Okay. Level 4 ritual. During the main phase quick effect, you can activate this effect. Ritual summon ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, including this card on the field, whose total levels equal the exceeded level. Ooh, so this is a quick effect. So you can ritual summon during your opponent's turn. Okay. I wonder if there's any effects that are super useful during your opponent's turn, because that just basically decides on whether this card's useful or not. Is if your opponent, if there's like some card that destroys stuff when it's summoned, so you want to use it during your opponent's turn when they try to summon their boss or whatever. So the effect isn't bad. I'm just worried the fact that you have to like ritual summon this thing out in the first place. You have to use a lot of resources to get this out, just to then use it as part of a ritual summon to get something else out. That's a lot of resources used. But it might be useful considering it can be used during your opponent's turn. So if there's like some specific ritual monster in here that goes to Megalith that has a really powerful effect during your opponent's turn, this card might be Pog. Yeah, quick effect Dakini, I guess. Oh wait, it's not even for Megaliths, right? Quick effect, yeah, it's ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand. Oh, it isn't even... You can literally use this as a ritual spell for Dakini, right? Pog Champ, Cyber Angel support. Photon Pulse Dragon. Dragon Synchro... Oh, it's level 4 tuner, by the way. That was Synchro, by the way. It's also a tuner. It is a tuner. One tuner, one on one non-tuner monsters. Okay. When this card is Synchro summoned, you can declare a level from 1 to 3. This card becomes that level, so you can make this lower level. Okay. Or you can special summon for the rest of this turn, except for Synchro Summon. Using this card as Synchro Material. Okay. You can only special summon one Photon Pulse Dragon once per turn. What an interesting card. So I'm guessing there's some Synchro monsters that require, or there'll be Synchro monsters in this box that require Synchro tuners to be summoned, I imagine, which is what this will be used for. So I don't think you worry too much about like the actual monster itself, you just worry about like the monster this is going to be used to synchro into, I think. So it's kind of hard to review this till we see the other card that I assume this card is meant to be used for. So I don't think this card by itself is ever going to be used outside of obviously being synchroed into something. Prize the purple Pyrotile. A reptile synchro tuner, so again it's the same thing, right? Similar thing, level 2. When this card is sent from the field to the grave, all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 500 attack. It's kind of a nice little effect considering it's level 2. It's going to be used for something. Yeah, okay, so like again, not really going to rate these cards because there's nothing to really rate with them until you see what they're meant to be used for. So I assume there's a synchro monster that requires a synchro reptile like tuner monster to summon it. Or like a synchro reptile. Alright, Mathmech Introduction. All Cybers monsters you control gain 500 attack. If you control Mathmech monster, you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, then target one of your opponent's cards, destroy it. Destroy one monster. I mean, it's not a bad trap then, but I don't think it's like something to get too excited about unless this happens to be like added to your hand some way, because you can just run like other trap cards in this plates and it'll do like similar things. It's like, I don't think this is like going to make Mathmech particularly OP or anything. I think we have to wait till we see the Mathmech cards before we get too excited over this one. Because it's like, you could run like a Floodgate Trap Hole and it basically does the same thing. It's not like something to get too excited about. Like, you probably run a Treacherous over this. Which is obviously a better Floodgate because you have an extra 500 attack and stuff for your side versus, so... It's not bad though, not bad. I'm just not too excited when I see this, because I'm just waiting for the good Mathmech, the thing that actually makes Mathmech's Pog. Because this card by itself, it's not making Mathmech's Pog yet. We're waiting for the Pog Mathmech card. Obviously, the card's not bad. It's useful. Battle Waltz. What the fuck? Okay. Target one Synchro monster you control, special summon one a Waltz token with the current type, attribute, level, and defense of that monster. Neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this token. I guess you can use this for synchro summoning into one of like the those synchro monsters we're talking about. It's like if you combo this with like one of these guys. I think the main used to be synchro climbing. Not too exciting though, not too excited about it. Alright, Megalith Portal. Oh, field spells, Pog. The first time each ritual summoned monster will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. Oh, this can be used with fucking Slide Rangers as well. If Megalith monster is special summoned except during the damage step, you can target one ritual monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Dude, you can splash Slide Rangers with Megalith so well. I guess I should try that. So I assume the main aim of this card is like if you ritual summon a Megalith using a Megalith spell, you can add the Megalith spell back to hand. Is that the purpose? So this literally just gives you the spell card back, which isn't a spell, it's a monster, but you know what I mean. Like if you use whatever his face is down here. This guy here works as a ritual spell to summon using, when this is on the board, it will add that back at the end of it. Alright, well, so far Megalith actually seems really fun to play at least. I'm excited to play them. Flame Veil Fire Dog. When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle into the graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck, except Flame Veil Fire Dog. Holy shit, you can use this to summon fucking Fire Kings from your deck. You can use this to summon Fire Fist monsters from your deck. I'm pretty sure there's a Hazy monster that has 200 defense as well. Are you going to use this? No, because this is destroy an opponent's monster when your card only has 1,900 attack. Next. Oh my god. Nagfar, the Gene Raider Boss of Fire. You can only control one Nagfar, Gene Fire, Boss of Fire. If a card you control will be destroyed by battle, or card effects, you can destroy one Gene Raider monster or one Gene Beast Warrior monster you control instead. Oh, so that might be why you use this. No, it's not actually one of those, never mind. I mean, it's kind of cool, but there's no easy way to summon this, right? And you have to have, obviously, a bunch of Beast Warriors on the board to tribute to defend your stuff. Really don't think it's something we're going to care about. Combo this with the new Fire King stuff. Okay, brought out with Onslaught. But doesn't Onslaught negate the effects, so it'd negate this monster as well? So you wouldn't be able to protect it from destroying at the end of the turn or anything? I think it'd be fun for me to at least try to make a video on maybe, but I don't think it's something to get too excited about. Especially considering it has like no removal effects on it or anything, it just has this like indestructible kind of thing. It's similar to like Shiranui, only like, it's like similar to the Shiranui boss, just kind of worse, because that just uses your graveyard as material, and this one has to use monsters you've got on the board. So not only do you have to summon this card, you have to summon this card, then summon Fire Kings to go with it. That's a lot of resources, it's very unlikely to just kind of do that. Or summon Beast Warriors to go with it, sorry. Mathmech Addition. You can target one face-up monster on the field. You cannot special summon monsters to the extra deck first this turn except Cyber's monsters. Also special summon this card from your hand. So similar to the other one, it's a special summon. And if you do, target monster reduced by 1,000. Okay, so this is another monster you can just kind of special summon from your hand. Still not to get too excited about though. I haven't seen any Pog from the Mathmechs yet. The effect isn't bad, it's just I don't think there's like any other Mathmechs that work with it though. We haven't got any bosses to go with it yet. So you can special summon this one, you can special summon the other one, buff attack, reduce attack, go for some like OTK kind of thing, but it doesn't actually. I haven't seen any Mathmechs that got any like sick removal or anything yet, I don't know. Alright, I think we'll move on and wait till we see the big Mathmech boss, which I hope is in here. Oh, Megalith Hagrid. We'll just say Hagrid. You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add one Megalith spell trap card from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Ritual summon which monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, including this card on the field, whose levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. So this is another card that you can use to ritual summon other cards, and it recycles itself by adding a Megalith spell trap, so you can add the field spell to your hand. Also artwork, yet again, Pog Jam. Very good artwork. Alright, so like this deck seems really good because it keeps recycling itself. Literally the only worry I have with it is that it may be annoying to try to do your first ritual summon in the first place. You get out, like, use your ritual monster to special summon this ritual monster so you can do another ritual summon. But I guess considering like this card will search the field spell, that shouldn't matter too much because then that ritual spell will recycle, so that'll be pretty pog. It will grab something back from the grave. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is a good card. Good card. Oh, God, these arts are all sick too. You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add one Megalith monster from your deck to your hand. Oh, so as a monster from deck to hand when it's ritual summoned. So this is like similar to how the Cyber Angels worked with the lower ones. They recycle themselves. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters, including this card. It's the same as the other one, except with search monsters. That's actually really good effects. That's actually just recycling. No boss monster though yet, so still we haven't seen any boss monster yet. So we have to wait until we see the boss to know how good this deck will be, because we know the base of it's pretty pog, okay? The base of it's exciting, very similar to how Cyber Angel worked. Lots of recycling, lots of like using ritual summons to just get other ritual cards back, or just get them from your deck, which is very good. Lots of search power. But we have to wait till we see the boss. That's when we know whether or not the deck will be like make or break. Mathmech Magma. Ooh, so we got a synchro monster for Mathmech. What level is it? We at 8. When this card, it's also it's a generic. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls to destroy them. Okay, that's not a great effect. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card is possession destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add one Mathemech spell trap from your deck to your hand. That's not a great effect. It's like, obviously you'd prefer to just destroy the back row before swinging with this card. You don't swing with this card, kill their monster, then destroy back row. That's kind of dumb. This card ain't gonna help you deal with like back row or anything until it's already swung, which is not a good sign. I guess you buff it with like there's stuff that you can buff it with, because it's Cyverse. It's like you can buff it with the Mathemech trap card and it'd be 3k, which is kind of cool. I guess it's cool that it's also a generic card, so you could just stick this into other things that can run a level 8. You can just use this if you want to. Oh, it's only when destroyed by my opponent's card effect, not even destroyed by battle. Alright, we'll see. Maybe there's another bigger one we're talking about later on. Alright, Dragunity Knight Lewin. So I need Dragunity Synchro, which is also a tuner. If this card is special summoned, you can target one Dragunity monster in your graveyard, equip it to this card. Okay, that's pretty useful. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Dragunity monster you control, equip this card to the target, it gains 1000 attack and defense. Okay. This seems really good actually. So you can use this to synchro summon into something else, and this will equip to the synchro monster, giving it a pretty massive attack buff. Not to mention that when it is synchro summoned itself, you can bring back the Dragunity tuner used to synchro it. Is it tuner though? Oh, it's true. So it has to be the tuner. So you have to use this as like one of the other Dragunities, one of the attributes monsters. So I assume people will run this as just a one-off anyway, but it's probably not usable. Or something you won't see very often. It's something you'd have to have already a level 4 out to be usable. Just kind of odd. It's probably something they would have as a one-off just because they can fit it, and it's something you can summon, but it's probably not something that you're going to get to use too often. Alright, I think we'll move on to this one. It seems like an alright card though. It just seems like you might run as a one-off, maybe. Megalith Bethor. Why have all these ritual monsters got sick artwork? You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card. You can discard this card, ritual summon one Megalith monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exceed the level. Oh, so it's the same as the other ones. This one can be used as a ritual spell, which is really cool. So this has the same benefits as I said with the other one. If you have something like Manju, or not Manju, Senju can search for this card as a monster or as a spell, because it can, it's what it is. So it's basically like having Manju. If this card is ritual summoned, you can target other cards your opponent controls, up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyard and destroy them. So you can ritual summon this during your opponent's turn and destroy cards, which is really cool. Its stat line's a little bit low, but that's okay. Okay, so even just like by ritual summoning this in the first place, it will most likely pop at least like one thing, because it will pop it. You can pop so many things with this, because if you just have like the initial the ritual monster that ritual summons during your opponent's turn. So if you have that on the board already, that's probably been ritual summoned using another one of these cards that'll be in the grave. Then you ritual summon again to summon this card out, so there'll be at least 2 pops. And of course, this card can just be used as a ritual spell. Yeah, I'm very excited to try these cards, very excited. All the effects seem like relatively good. It's just, I'm not sure they're like... Can this make a tier list? Probably, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I think if you combine this with something like Cyber Ranger, we'll give it a go. We'll see. I don't think it's a... It's probably a rogue tier, easily. Like, you probably cog with this deck. I don't see why not. But is it like anything better than that? I don't know. It's scary. It's scary to try and rate ritual decks as being better after you see like Cyber Ranger like kind of no longer relevant and Necros had no chance. Like, we'll see though. I'm excited to try them at least. We got some great recycling power, great searching power. The fact that they turn Senju into a Manju is fantastic sounding. So I'm pretty sure you'll just use Senju in this deck, because there's no reason not to. Coral Dragon. Once per turn, you can discard one card and type one card your opponent controls, destroy it. This is generic. Okay. If this card is Synchro Summon, if the Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw one card. Okay, this is generic, right? Just a new level 6 generic. It's just like it's like a Brainiac. A worse Brainiac with a search. It's not a bad card, it's a good card. To be fair, there's like plenty of situations where you prefer this over Brainiac, which is like if your opponent only has one card to remove, you'd only want to use this card, because what's the point? If you only got one card in hand, you'd prefer to use this card. If you need the extra 100 attack, you prefer to use this card, because obviously it has you can draw one card as well when it's removed. It also can be used when it's used as part of a Synchro Summon. It also lets you draw a card as well. So there's plenty of reasons you want to use this card. It'd also be awesome to like do this as part of a Synchro Climb. So if you summon this thing out using something and it brings back a level 2 monster, you can remove a card using its effect, use it as part of a Synchro Summon to summon a level 8, and draw a card. So this card actually seems really good, really good. And if there's any like really powerful Synchro Climbing kind of deck, this would be really good in it. It'd be really insane. The fact it's generic is really cool, so it just can just be stuck into anything you like. Just awesome. Next. Alright, so the final card. The boss monster of this deck. What we've all been waiting for, boys. Stardust Chronicle Spark Dragon. So, I'm not gonna lie, the other 3 Stardusts we have, the fucking Majestic thingy, the Spark Dragon, the normal Stardust, all fucking garbage, right? We want a good Stardust. Give me something pog. Must be... Okay, so 1 Tuna Synchro Monster. What level is this? Is it level 12? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Oh, it's level 10. Okay. Must be Synchro Summoned and cannot be Spell Summoned by the ways. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can banish 1 Synchro Monster from your graveyard, which is easy considering this needs a Synchro Monster. This card is unaffected by other effects. So is this during either player's turn, so it's a quick effect? It's under other effects for the rest of the turn. Okay. If this part is destroyed by a card effect, you can target one of your banished straight. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can somehow synchro this out using this dude here. That'd be really cool as well. Use this guy, draw a card, get a level 10. You've already removed a card. Swing him with this, banish that guy, make him unaffected by all your opponent's trap cards. You can chain this to your opponent's trap cards. It's actually just sick. Oh, the non-share needs to be a Synchro monster as well. Oh, okay. That's what you mean by it's hard to get out. It's a pretty big oversight I missed there. Okay, you're right. Okay, well this card got infinitely worse. I was excited there for a second. Wait a minute, it needs a Synchro monster as well to go with it. Hastor and Coral Dragon, there you go. There's the combo, boys. Alright, not gonna lie, it seems like utter garbage. Well, that's unfortunate. That's gonna be hard. It's probably gonna be too hard to summon, maybe. Alright, so we'll do a summary of what thoughts on the box. So far, basically, after going through all the cards, best archetype looks to be probably Megalith. Most likely will be. Actually seems like a pretty good ritual archetype. It has a lot of similarities to the old Cyber Angel. In fact, it could probably be comboed with Cyber Angel, which might be exciting to see. The best card on its own is probably Coral Dragon, purely because it's just like you can use as part of a Synchro climb, and it's just generic. You don't have to use it with anything. Mathmech, I really don't know what to say about these. It doesn't seem like there's anything... I don't know that they had a boss, right? Where was he? The boss seems really average. He's just super low statted. When comboed with the trap card, at least his attack line's decent, but that's really slow considering the trap card has to be like already out and active and not being used for its removal effect. So I don't think Mathmech seem all that great. Was there any other archetypes in here? Oh yeah, Dragunity, which seem like they've given you a bunch of new Dragunity stuff. But all of them seem like they're doing stuff that isn't really needed. Because you get like this thing that helps Dragunity swing twice, but Dragunity already OTK, so they don't particularly need to attack twice. And they're giving you this new Synchro monster, which is like something you'd probably run as a one-off, but it's a really slow kind of Synchro monster. And it's something that's like you need to have a level 4 with already on the board, which is really average. I don't know. Maybe there's some combo I'm missing with this stuff. Well, after going through this box, I'm afraid there's only one archetype that I'm actually excited for. The rest of it seems kind of average. I'm very excited for Megalith, to be fair. Like, I'll probably hard go into this box for it, because it literally just sounds like Cyber Angel 2.0, which you can combo with Cyber Angel, which makes it even more exciting. But the rest of it, very disappointing. Like, very disappointing, the rest of it. Not a whole lot that it seems they'll be all that great.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob? Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis. Oh.